Hi and welcome. Today I'd like to introduce my business colleague, Kim Ravel. She's done a YouTube video for us. Here it is.
Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to address the question, why as a stepmother may I feel anxious when my stepchildren are due to come over? Hello, Kim here, chartered psychologist, and in this video I'm going to address some of the reasons why you may struggle with anxiety. One of the big ones is, of course, anxiety. We may get that anxious feeling and we're not quite sure what it is or why we're getting it, but we just know when our stepkids are due to come over, we might feel a little bit of in our stomach, we might feel sort of a rapid heartbeat, we might feel a little bit hot and agitated, and we can't quite put our finger on what's causing it. Because on the one hand, we're quite fond of our stepchildren, on the most part, and you want your partner to be happy and to have his children over, but yet it's causing you some kind of emotional difficulty. So let's drill down into what might be going on when you feel anxious because your stepchildren are coming over. Well, one of the first reasons is you may be worried about being accepted. Are the children going to accept you? Will you be rejected? And we can be quite sensitive, I think, as stepmums to the rejection, and we might misinterpret some of the actions and behaviours of our stepchildren as feelings of rejection. It may just be that they're feeling insecure and so they don't want to, bond with us straight away. They may kind of have that little barrier because they've not seen us for a while, and it may take them a while to kind of warm up to us and to feel comfortable and okay in the environment, which they've maybe not been in for a week or more. And you might be scared that you're not really part of this family. Of course, everything about your house is different to their mum's house. The smells will be different, not good or bad, just different. You might use different washing powders. This all smells different. Their bedrooms smell different. So it takes them a little bit of time just to feel comfortable. So just give them that breathing space. And then try to spend some quality time doing fun activities. Have something arranged for maybe later in the afternoon or evening or for the next day, and let them know that you're going to be doing this. And this is a way that you can actually start to bond with them, especially if it's something that they really enjoy doing. So just give them that little break. Give yourself a break as well. Do something nice for yourself while the children are reacclimatizing, getting back used to being with their dad again, and you take care of you. And that way you'll feel much more relaxed. You're not over stressing about the situation, because when we stress, we can give off that stress to our stepchildren, even though we don't mean to. We just kind of are emitting the stress. So if you can kind of calm yourself down and feel more relaxed, your stepchildren will probably relax much more quickly. Another reason you might feel anxious is you might be worried about conflict. Because let's face it, all families can have conflict, whether they're your own biological children, stepchildren, aunties, uncles. It's possible to get into family conflicts, but it's important that when you do get into conflicts that you're able to navigate it seamlessly without anger, because when we feel that conflict's coming, our threat system can be triggered, our fight and flight system, and we may go into kind of the fight mode where we get kind of a bit antagonistic, even though we don't necessarily want to do that, but our body's automatically doing this. So we need to give ourselves a moment to just calm down. And this is where it's really important that you speak to your partner and you have a strategy together, that both of you are going to handle conflicts or disagreements in a certain way, and that you're going to have each other's backs. And this is where you need to decide on rules and how they're going to be implemented, consequences for violations of rules. These need to be thought about before the children come into the situation, before they come into your home, because you need to be ready for these. You don't tackle it maybe head on. Maybe if there's a conflict arises which you hadn't seen, because that can happen, you wait, talk to your partner about it, and the next time you address that with the children, because it's given you time to actually think about how to do this in the most calm and loving way, really. So establish clear and consistent rules for the house, and this will help to reduce conflict. But these rules need to be agreed by everyone, and you and your partner need to be on the same page and handling things in the same way. There's no divide and rule here. Another reason why you might become anxious is because you're not quite sure of your role. We can sometimes be given roles that we don't want, or we want a role and we're not able to fulfill that role. For example, I remember when I first became a step-parent, I was given the role of caregiver. My partner wanted to go off and do sport on a Saturday. And I got quite resentful about this, and it did take me quite a while to actually address it with him. And the way I did this was to say, your daughter is welcome anytime you want to have her here, but I'm not going to be responsible for her care and looking after her. I will assist you, but you need to be here. Okay, unless it was an emergency, of course, nipping to the shops to get a pint of milk or whatever. But my role was not a parent. I was another adult in my stepdaughter's life, and I didn't want to take on the role of parent, whereas my partner and his family wanted me to take on the role of a parent. So there was kind of a clash there of roles. So this is something you need to be quite clear about, especially in the early stages of becoming a step-parent, that you have a role which you want and which you feel comfortable with. And that needs to be expressed to your partner, because of course they want you to just take on the role of parent like they are because they really love their children, but they're not your children. You might want that role, in which case great. But if you don't, be quite clear about it and what you will and won't do and what expectations you have of your partner, and let them know what expectations they can have of you. And this way, you won't get caught out. It won't make you feel anxious because you will know in advance what your role is and you'll be comfortable sitting in that role. And another thing that can cause you to feel anxious before your stepchildren come is that you want to make this experience perfect. You want each visit to be absolutely spot on. You don't allow yourself any room for failure or getting things wrong. Burn the toast. Oh my goodness, that's ruined the whole day. The fun fair that we wanted to go to was closed, or we couldn't get tickets. Oh my goodness, that's just catastrophic, because you have in your mind that you're going to present this incredible experience for your stepchildren, and then it doesn't go according to plan. So there, I think we need to take the pressure off ourselves, and what we need to do instead is create a warm, caring environment, doing things maybe in the home or outside of the home, just off the cuff, so to speak. You can plan things, but if they don't go according to plan, just think of something else to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. No families are perfect. And even with your own children, nothing runs smoothly when you've got little ones. One of them's sick, or they don't want to do something, or they don't want to go to that restaurant. So just relax, give yourself a break, and go with the flow, so to speak. Plan things, but don't be disappointed if the plan isn't executed absolutely perfectly. We're not perfect people, we're just stepmothers, and we're doing the best we can with what we've got. And your stepchildren will appreciate that if you create this loving, warm environment for them, where there is no pressure to do anything, to be anything. They can just be themselves, and you can all have a lovely time together. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is quite often stepmothers can feel anxious when their stepkids come over because they feel like an outsider. And in a way, that's kind of true, because you are not related by blood to any of these people. They had a bond and they had a little family before you came along. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't be very special in their lives and create a kind of a bonding unit together, but you are still slightly an outsider, and nothing can change that. And if we can accept that I'm a stepmom, I'm not the mum, I'm not biologically related to these children, and that's okay. I can still care for them, I can still be warm and loving, and we can still create a nice bond with these children, and we can go off and do things together. And this is something to talk to your partner about, because they may have in-jokes which you feel, when they're raised, these jokes are told, you may feel left out. If that happens, make a note of it mentally, or even write it down, tap it into your phone, and ask your partner, what was this about, so that you can understand what it is they're talking about. And that may make you feel less of an outsider. But knowing that you are there now, you are part of these children's life, and it's almost from this day you can make memories and things together with those children and your partner. You can be a little unit separate, but you will never be biologically related to them. And I think once we can accept that, it's much easier to stop feeling like an outsider, because we know we're not related to them, and that's okay. Just give yourself permission to feel okay about that and to do what you can do to bond with your children. It's a great thing to do is to create some new family traditions, maybe a game night or something which is unique to your little family when they come over, something that you guys do together. Maybe there's a restaurant that you want to make your little restaurant, a movie or a series that you like, so that you can start bonding and doing things together. But try not to feel jealous, sometimes I know, of what went before, because there's nothing you can do about it. The past is gone, it's finished. You can't be part of that, but you can be part of the present and the future. So those are just some of the things which might cause a stepmother to feel anxious when she knows her stepchildren are coming over. And one of the most important things I would say to all stepmums is to take care of you, to make sure that you are okay, that you have things which are that you can do when the stepchildren are there, if you're feeling left out or if you're waiting for them to just reacclimatise. Look after yourself, be kind to yourself, and you will feel much more relaxed. Now, I'm going to do a whole series of different emotions. I will do a few more on anxiety because this is quite a massive topic, but quite often we can get some negative emotions brought up in us as a stepmother. And so I'm going to sort of highlight some of those and give you some solutions to helping you navigate through those. So please check out our website, Be Stepwise. There's lots of really useful information. Subscribe, hit the bell, and we look forward to seeing you in our next videos. Thank you for your time today, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Thanks, Kim. To contact Kim, reference our website www.bestepwise.co.uk and contact us in the contact box.